McGregor did. It's really a trick. He gets these people to box with him. They have no business boxing with him, and he's making millions and millions of dollars doing this way after his competitive career is over. That money, that money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going broke?
Again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
Because everything that he says is about money. There's nothing else. There's no values. There's no...
Joe Rogan didn't hold back when he questioned Floyd Mayweather's claim of owning $42 million in real estate spread across 60 buildings. While Mayweather is known for showing off his money, multiple credible sources have challenged those numbers, suggesting he's exaggerating. Behind all the flash, Floyd's wealth might not be as solid as he makes it seem.
So Floyd is just piecing him up. Boxed up by literally the greatest boxer of all time. Floyd was just boxing him up, which is what he does. So that's what's interesting is Floyd's making more money than anybody, and he's boxing people who have no chance of beating him. It doesn't even hurt his record. Also, money. He needs that money. That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's not that expensive though, but
he's only 46. But he does this with everything, man. He's got $1 million watches.
I don't think he buys every pair.
Think they give them to him?
Yeah, because then you get a video like that.
Right. That's smart.
And then you get Floyd's Air Force Ones given away for charity. That's a tax write-off. And all sorts of things that goes into
Yeah, you
that.
got a good point. But those $1 million watches, they're not giving you those.
Over the years, Floyd Mayweather went from being an electrifying fighter to fully leaning into his Money Mayweather image. Joe Rogan noted that Floyd seemed to lose his passion for the sport and started chasing paydays instead, often showing little regard for the fighters he faced.
Floyd went from being like a real exciting pressure fighter and he had a bunch of hand problems to like Money Mayweather, start talking, just boxing people's faces off. No more hand problems, much more money.
Yeah, I love what he's doing too, beating up these YouTube guys.
It's great.
I love it.
It's so funny that these guys are willing to get beat up by him.
Well, I think they're all delusional.
And one of the reasons why people watch him fight is not because he's like Mike Tyson, just goes out and destroys people. They like watching him fight because they hate him. Because he talks so much shit and he's like, look at my $1 million watch, look at my fucking jet, look at my house, look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed, like this is $1 million worth of watches. This watch goes for $2 million. And they're like, this is my small watch that I take sometimes, but I want to show you, when I show up, I bring out the big boy and it brings out this watch that's covered in diamonds. It's like $5 million. And so you hate him.
Joe Rogan pointed out that Floyd Mayweather is now more known for his money than his talent in the ring. Despite being one of the biggest names in boxing, Rogan slammed the idea of Floyd trying MMA, saying he'd be totally outclassed. Even respected figures like Rogan doubt Floyd could hang outside the boxing world.
Floyd Mayweather applying for MMA license wants 6 to 8 months to train. He's screwed. First of all, they should give him everything they can get their greasy paws on, get him to fight Conor in an MMA fight.
You'd be screwed.
It's not just getting screwed. Like someone said it should be 1,000 to 1. That's not high enough. It's not high enough. If Conor McGregor was going to fight Floyd Mayweather in MMA, it is as close to 100% as anything ever gets ever. He's probably going to punch Conor in the face a couple of times. It's probably going to suck, but Conor's going to get a hold of him. And then he's going to be like a baby. And if that doesn't happen, he'll kick Floyd's legs out from under him. He'll kick his legs sideways. He'll kick them from the outside. He'll kick them from the inside. He'll stay way the way from any sort of a range where Floyd can punch him. It'll be a completely alien range for Floyd.
Joe Rogan also brought up a moment where Floyd Mayweather allegedly had a referee taken out of a fight. He said that kind of move could only be pulled off by someone with Floyd's fame and pull in the boxing world. It's another example of how much power and influence his money has carried throughout his career.
The referee said Floyd Mayweather hit him behind the head. So Floyd fired the referee in the middle of the bout. Floyd throws this punch, and he's 100% correct. The punch landed the side of the head. It's a right hook. It's a perfect punch. And the referee was saying, watch the back of the head. He's like, what the f are you talking about? And so he kicks the guy out, and they bring in a different referee who finishes the fight. It was insanity.
Joe Rogan said Floyd Mayweather's hunger to win came from how he was raised. With a father and uncle who were both fiercely competitive, Floyd was pushed to go all out from a young age. That mindset helped shape him into an elite boxer in his prime. But now, that same drive seems to power his business moves and his constant focus on money.
You'll just look at boxing in terms of like how often you get hit versus how often do you hit the other guy. He's the best ever. The way him and his uncle and his father talk, I imagine they were always super competitive from the time they were young.
Yeah.
Like he grew up being they're super competitive. They're competitive about talking. They're competitive about all kinds of things. So it's like that hive, like growing up with that all the time and the boxing skill.
Floyd Mayweather once said he pulls in $3 million every month and even claimed he makes more than Bill Gates. While that might impress some people, anyone familiar with how boxing earnings and pay-per-view deals work knows that's a big stretch. Most experts have shut down those claims, pointing out that the math just doesn't add up.
And Floyd Mayweather says he makes $300 million a month, which is $3.6 billion a year. He makes more money than Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all of those guys. So I say all that to say this. The money that Canelo was looking for, they can easily come up with that money. Floyd Mayweather got it.
Well, listen, let me put it this way to you. If he makes what did he say, $300 million a month?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm 6'4" and 240. And I know I'm 5'8" and a half and 240. So there you go. There's no way. There's that. If he makes $3 million a month on his investments, that's a lot. $36 million a year. That's a lot. So I know guys that are worth, $500-600 million, plenty of them, and they don't make $36 million a year, let alone $300 million a month. So there you go.
Floyd Mayweather has consistently made it clear that money is his main priority. He's even expressed a desire for his children to follow in his footsteps and get into the same business, building wealth that lasts for generations. However, his intense focus on money has led to criticism from those who believe he cares more about cash than his personal values.
I believe in building generational wealth. Even like when my children, all 4 of my children are adults. And I told them, no more handouts. Because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by, I give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money. I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. Told them, listen, if you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business, and I'll put the money up to help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that, and then I need my grandchildren to come behind you guys and do the same thing.
Despite his massive earnings, there have been several reports and claims that Floyd Mayweather owes money to other fighters. One of the most notable allegations came from rapper 50 Cent, who accused Floyd of scamming him out of $2 million while Floyd was in jail. Floyd had asked 50 to take care of his promotion, and 50 invested a lot of money. However, when Floyd was released, he reportedly acted like he had no idea what happened.
We brought them over. I brought him over while Floyd was, still incarcerated. Yeah. Then he comes home. There's the Let's Get Floyd Back in Pocket campaign that goes on, where, it's $300,000 chains being bought and buying the new Lamborghini and all these new things. And I'm sitting there going, yo, when you gonna give me the money?
Because you had already invested.
Right, like when you gonna give me your half of the money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail, right? So it's like, let him cool his heels before you.
Was that in the millions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you sitting there big, and I'm like, yo, so when, but see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardlessly. Right. So I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure there, but I'm saying, when is he gonna say he wants to, to give me the other half of it? Why I gotta ask you for it?
Right.
And then when
are we talking over $2 million?
It's about that.
Oh, okay.
At that point, it was, invested in.
All right.
So look, he goes, when he finally does bring up the actual the situation, he acted like he didn't know anything. Like, I didn't tell y'all to do that. I didn't tell you to do that.
Oh, man.
And I'm looking at him, and he looked in my face and he didn't tell me to do that.
50 Cent didn't stop with just one story. He also mentioned that many people in Floyd Mayweather's circle actually don't like him. According to 50, Floyd's obsession with money has caused him to lose touch with basic values. He claimed that Floyd constantly brags about his wealth and status, which makes it difficult for anyone to respect him for anything beyond his boxing accomplishments.
So the money's really gone.
Yeah,
That's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money.
All that money.
And it took been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like with the lifestyle, that money's gone. Trust me. Now it's like if you call him, he'll be at your local hosting in a nightclub because you need that action right now.
Do you think he step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
Floyd's financial problems extend beyond 50 Cent. Logan Paul also spoke up, claiming Floyd still owes him money after their exhibition fight. Despite the massive attention and millions the event generated, Logan says he hasn't been fully paid. This adds to the ongoing pattern of Floyd putting money first, often in ways that stir up controversy.
Why fight Logan Paul?
Name another boxer besides myself that's more famous than Logan Paul.
Tyson Fury?
What? I want you to look up Tyson Fury, how many followers, and look up how many followers Logan Paul has.
Logan Paul, 56 million. Tyson Fury, 4 million.
So 50 compared to 4 something. I can fight a fighter right now, guarantee myself 35 million. Or me and Logan Paul can go out and entertain and have fun and make 100 million or more. So if you were me, you gotta look at 35 million for 12 rounds and 100 for 6 rounds. Big difference.
Oscar De La Hoya has also chimed in, suggesting that Floyd still needs money, which is why he continues to take occasional fights. De La Hoya pointed out that many boxers, like Floyd, end up broke because of their lavish spending. Given Floyd's over-the-top lifestyle, his cars, clothes, and private jets, this concern seems pretty reasonable.
Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
Floyd Mayweather is no stranger to making headlines with his extravagant spending. He owns a watch worth $18 million and claims to have hundreds more, each valued at thousands. While these displays of wealth grab a lot of attention, they also raise concerns about whether such spending is sustainable in the long term, even for someone with Floyd's wealth.
How much is it?
$1.8 million.
$1.8 million watch.
$1.8 million, dude?
You're the first to see it.
That's insane. That
1.8 is high. 18 life.
That happy birthday, champ.
That's how we doing.
That is sick, dude.
But you gotta show him what he say, you know.
Money green.
Hold on. This watch was made specifically for the champ, Floyd Money Mayweather. 101 piece.
One of one.
Money team.
Can we see it on him?
Yes, sir.
That one of one.
$1.8 million.
It's like it's a one of one. I love that.
Joe Rogan was among those who called the Floyd versus Conor McGregor fight a cash grab. Even though Floyd had already retired, he returned for a $100 million payday in an exhibition match. For someone who constantly talks about money, this was just another example of him turning his fame into cash.
Okay, so your new contract, you wanted no extensions. That's one thing.
Yeah,
makes sense.
That's one thing.
Okay. What was one of them, the ability to box?
One of them was the ability to box. They said that wasn't an option. Boxing is dead. It's not possible. This and that.
Now, what does that feel like to you, knowing that Conor McGregor did it and fought Floyd Mayweather and made $100 million?
Yes, gentlemen, let's do this.
A bitch, nigga, that's that shit I don't like. Nah. Sneak dishonors, that's that shit I don't like. Don't like. A snitch.
Floyd Mayweather isn't shy about bragging. He frequently claims that no boxer in history has achieved what he has. While his confidence is clear, his constant comparisons to others help build his brand, but also spark criticism and raise doubts.
Well, I think I'm separated now. You know, I don't think there's no boxer in history that has accomplished what I've accomplished. Not bragging or boasting, just speaking the truth. I take my hat off to a lot of legendary champions, you know, that paved the way for me to be where I'm at in the sport of boxing. But that was their era, and this is my era. I had a tremendous career. And we got young fighters that's on the rise, that's under our banner. The ultimate goal is to find the next Floyd Mayweather that can break my records.
Floyd Mayweather fought Logan Paul for the money, but then criticized Mike Tyson for fighting Jake Paul in his later years. This clear hypocrisy didn't go unnoticed by fans and critics. It shows how Floyd wants to control the narrative. He's fine with taking money fights, but he doesn't think anyone else should do the same.
When you watch something like Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, what is your reaction?
When you watching boxing for free, you can have millions and millions and millions of views. But when you're watching Floyd Mayweather, you have to pay. I think WWE is good for Logan.
And Jake Paul?
Easy. At 48, too easy.
Mike Tyson hasn't held back when it comes to his opinions on Floyd either. He once said he doesn't like Floyd because, even after retiring, Floyd is always showing off.
You don't think there's an opportunity to land a big punch on Floyd?
Let me tell you something about Floyd. This is what I don't like about him either. No matter whatever we say about him, and it could be true, but he's in that gym. He's a rat. He retired, but he stayed in the gym. He can't help it. He don't do drugs. That's his heroin, the gym.
Someone told me this. They say he doesn't have a vice. Yeah. He doesn't have a vice.
No, he does. The gym.
The gym.
The gym.
Floyd has been focused on business since the beginning of his career. However, the way he's built his wealth involves actions that raise ethical questions. From unpaid debts to exaggerated earnings, there are moments when Floyd's idea of success seems more about crafting an image than upholding integrity.
Floyd Mayweather is the most successful boxer in history with a 50-0 record, and one of the wealthiest athletes of all time with $1 billion in earnings. But I bet you didn't know, it all started with a $750,000 bet on himself. Here's the wild story. In 2006, Floyd Mayweather was 10 years into his boxing career and earning over $5 million per fight. At the time, Mayweather was signed to Bob Arum's Top-Rank Boxing promotion, a partnership which saw Arum get 25% of Mayweather's fight purse. But Mayweather wanted more. And in 2006, he turned down $8 million to fight Antonio Margarita and said he deserved $20 million to fight Oscar De La Hoya. Arum wasn't happy and wouldn't pay up. So Mayweather paid the $750,000 exit fee in his contract to leave Top Rank. Mayweather then went on to promote his own fights, earning a percentage of every ticket, hot dog, and beer sold at the event, and most importantly, all pay-per-views sold. And just 1 year later in 2007, after leaving Top Rank, Mayweather made $25 million for his win against Oscar De La Hoya. Now that's what happens when you bet on yourself.
That's a wrap for today's video. Make sure to stay tuned for the next one.